Well, it takes creativity and craftsmanship to make a great movie, and the Fargo Fantastic Film Festival showcases the ambitious and creative work of independent filmmakers.
Omniscient Festival Director Tony Tilton is here to talk more about the special event.
I guess.
Great to have you here. But you were just telling us off camera, you got an Academy Award winner coming to town?
Yes, Howard Berger. You may not know his name, and you may not even recognize him, but he's one half of the co-owner of KNBFX. And they are the guys who do The Walking Dead, as well as every major Hollywood film in the last 30 years. Films like Hitchcock and then Dances with Wolves and stuff. I mean, it's not just sci-fi stuff, but they do special effects makeup. His wife made a film about him, a documentary. We picked it. I didn't know it was his wife at all. And then he called me and said, I'm going to come to the fest. I said, great, can I have a Q&A with you? He said, of course. So Saturday night, we'll be featuring his film, and he'll be here.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's huge, but there's a lot more than just Saturday going on.
Yes, it's huge. Yeah, we start tonight, actually. 6:30 tonight at Fargo Theater, and tickets are extremely inexpensive. $5 for kids and students and educators, and $8 for adults, and that's per session. So that's each half day is a session. So it's very cheap to get into. But the thing is, this film festival celebrates the cinema of the fantastic, as it's called. Science fiction, horror, action, thrillers, comedies, you know, fantasy, all that sort of thing.
Wow. So what are some of the things that you guys are going to be showing?
Well, we've got a bunch of, there's some great clips on right now. A wide variety from animation to short film, a lot of short films in this festival. We have a couple features as well with some really outstanding people, which you'll know a lot of the actors. Some of these films are, that's Howard right there and his wife. What we have tonight, we have a filmmaker from Japan coming in, Madoka Harada. He made a great film called The Dark Ward, and that'll be showing later tonight. And he'll be live at the Fargo Theater doing Q&A as well. And we have stuff on, we have one called Zomburbia, I think it's a brief flip of Zombies in 1950s suburbia. It's hilarious. It's a really wild mix. It's one of those things where a lot of short films, if you watch one film, 10 minutes later, you're going to see an entirely different film. And we do that on purpose, so you have a wide variety of stuff to look at. So it's, you know, you might be scared one minute and then laughing hysterically the next.
So you mentioned it's half session, so if I give you my $8 and I'm sitting there from like, what, 6 to 11 and just watching a bunch of films?
Yep, it's nonstop films. Well, we have little, you know, breaks every 2 hours or so, you know. But yeah, you see multiple chunks within that. So you see a lot of films just in that brief time, and we have a all-fest pass for $20 for adults, $10 for kids and students. So it's graduated. It's very inexpensive to come to anything you'd like.
That's great. And so is there a website where I can go see like all the different films?
Well, two websites, either Fargo Fantastic Film Festival, that's a mouthful.com, or valleycon.com/filmfest, and it's a big button on the ValleyCon page, so that you can just go to it there and you'll see the schedule. You can also get advance tickets if you want, but just come down to the Fargo Theater, we'll be there. But we also have a local filmmaker program. That's one thing I want to mention. Saturday night, as well as Howard coming in, we have about a half dozen selections of the best of the local films that came out of Morehead State and other local film areas. And those filmmakers will all be here as well. They're really incredible. You'd be surprised at how good some of the films are.
Well, and that's kind of neat, too, to be introduced to some people locally who are doing just as much great, if not better work than those kind of out in the big industry in California and
I
other
think you'll
places.
be thoroughly impressed at how good some of the stuff is. It's changed quite a bit in the last few years with the advent of, you know, computer editing and CGI, as well as DSLRs and stuff. You can make something that looks as good as Hollywood now. Even on an iPhone, people have done that. And we've got some really interesting stuff. And it's really not the technical part. It's more of what you put into it. And that's where the inventive part comes. We had over 400 films submitted, and that's from over 30 countries. And we whittled it down to under 100. So it's a big process to get to this section. Yeah.
So if I get that $20 pass, you're saying I'm going to see 100 different films?
Yeah, if you want to be there all day, sure.
If you call in sick tomorrow, I know where you are, Chris. We're going to come down to the theater and bust you.
But I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's all day. It's tonight, and then all day Friday, all day Saturday. And if you can't make any other sessions, Saturday night is like the creme de la creme that we have our best of as well. Some of the award-winning films, as well as you get to meet several of the filmmakers and Howard Berger as well.
Well, and as you kind of said too, there's a wide variety, so you don't have to be a film buff to be able to go and enjoy it.
Not at all. And we do that on purpose because there are a couple features that are a good chunk of time. As a matter of fact, tonight there's a feature film in our later section called The Wanderers. If you know Armand Desante, great actor, he plays this role. I'm calling him a rock and roll parapsychologist. So he's just hamming it up. It's a hilarious role, but it's also a kind of a scary movie, like an Exorcist kind of thing. And it was shot in Romania, but it's great. And it's just making the rounds, so we got it on its independent run, and it'll probably be released at theaters later.
Wow.
So that's
awesome.
Just one of the films coming out.
Wow. I'm not a huge scary movie
Yeah, me
fan, but
neither.
knowing that you
There's
kind of
a
get
lot of
those
good
sneak
stuff.
peeks of things.
Well, what's perfect for you though, Christy, is that with some of the smaller blocks that we do, if there is a scary film, and there's several really good ones, and they're more thrillers. They're not there's some gory stuff, things like that here and there. We keep that content later in the evening too, usually. But if you see a 5, 10 minute, 15-minute long film, the next film coming is going to probably be a comedy or something along those lines. So it's easy to navigate through that and deal with it.
Can lighten my mood after I get
There you go.
He's scared
Freaked
out of me.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Tone?
Well, it's like I said, it's inexpensive to come down. It's a fun event. It's all through the weekend. You get to see some great local filmmakers and some national and international filmmakers and films, and it's a way to kind of get your palette completely covered on this stuff and get a little dip on what's coming up. Some of these filmmakers are returning filmmakers. They've been here for other festivals of ours, and they're showing it all across the world in other film festivals, and they're starting to make it big.
Don't forget, again, it's going to be starting tonight, going all day Friday, all day Saturday, and the website's right up on your screen, valleycon.com/filmfest.
Great stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, stick around. We're going to wrap things up right after this.